There comes a moment in every person's life when the noise of the world becomes impossible to ignore. Bills need to be paid. Expectations keep growing. Responsibilities pile up. Days begin to blur into weeks, weeks into months. And before you realize it, another year has slipped through your hands. You wake up, you work, you survive, you sleep. Then you do it all over again. And somewhere deep inside you, a quiet voice whispers, "This can't be all there is." That voice isn't your imagination. It isn't foolishness. It isn't fantasy. It is the part of you that remembers who you were meant to become before fear taught you to settle. Every great dream begins as a whisper before it becomes a roar. Every empire begins as an idea. Every champion begins as an unknown. Every masterpiece begins with a single stroke. Every extraordinary life begins with one person deciding that ordinary is no longer enough. The question is, will that person be you? Because the truth is, there is a fire living inside every human being. Not everyone recognizes it. Not everyone protects it. And sadly, not everyone chooses to feed it. Some people spend their entire lives covering that fire with excuses. I'll start next year. I don't have enough money. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't know enough. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if nobody believes in me? Those questions have buried more dreams than failure ever has. Listen carefully. Your greatest enemy has never been your lack of opportunity. It has never been your background. It has never been your circumstances. Your greatest enemy is the voice inside your own mind that keeps convincing you to wait until you feel ready, to wait until life becomes easier, to wait until the timing is perfect. But perfect timing has never existed. If every successful person waited until they felt ready, nothing remarkable would have ever been built. The life you admire, the businesses you respect, the athletes you celebrate, the artists you applaud, they all began before they felt prepared. They moved while they were uncertain. They acted while they were afraid. They kept walking even when they couldn't see the entire road ahead. And now it's your turn. Maybe you've spent years watching other people win while wondering when your opportunity will come. Maybe you've watched friends move ahead while you quietly questioned your own worth. Maybe you've opened social media and felt like everyone else has life figured out while you're still trying to find your place. Maybe you've smiled in public while secretly carrying battles that nobody knows about. Financial pressure, broken confidence, lost relationships, sleepless nights, dreams you've almost convinced yourself to abandon. If that's where you are, understand this. You are not behind. You are not finished. You are not disqualified. You are simply standing at the beginning of one decision that could change everything. Because history has never been written by people who waited for permission. History remembers those who decided, those who stood up when everyone else sat down, those who believed when everyone else doubted, those who kept moving when everyone else quit. There comes a day when you have to stop asking the world to believe in you and finally believe in yourself, because the world will rarely see your vision before you do. People will question your dream because they cannot see what God placed inside your heart. They will measure your future by your present circumstances. They will mistake your current season for your final destination. Don't let them. Your current situation is not your permanent identity. The struggle you're facing today is not the story you'll tell forever. The pain you're carrying today is preparing a strength you'll one day be grateful for. There is something inside you that refuses to die. Something that keeps whispering, try one more time, stand up again, fight again, believe again. That voice, that fire, that relentless desire to become more than you've ever been. Protect it. Feed it. Because one day, the world will call you lucky. It will celebrate the success. It will admire the confidence. It will applaud the victories. But they will never fully understand the nights you fought battles no one could see. The mornings you wanted to quit, but kept going. The tears you wiped away before facing the world. The silent promises you made to yourself when nobody else believed. Today, you have a choice. You can continue living the life you've been settling for. Or you can answer the call that has been echoing inside your soul for years. Because that fire inside you wasn't placed there to keep you warm. It was placed there to light your path, to ignite your purpose, and to remind you that you were never created to merely exist. You were created to become. And today, that journey begins. This is the moment everything changes. Not tomorrow, not next month, not when your bank account looks better, not when you finally feel confident. Right now. Because the truth is, nobody is coming. No one is coming to rescue your dreams. No one is coming to hand you the life you've been praying for. No one is going to wake up every morning and fight your battles. No one is going to carry your responsibilities. No one is going to build your future for you. If it is going to happen, it will happen because you decided to make it happen. Read that again with your heart, not because you were lucky, not because life became easier, not because everything finally lined up, but because one ordinary day, you made an extraordinary decision. You decided that enough was enough. You decided that excuses had stolen enough years from your life. You decided that fear had controlled you for the last time. You decided that your future deserved more than your comfort. That is the day your life begins to change. Because the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. There are people with incredible talent living average lives. There are brilliant minds trapped by hesitation. There are gifted people sitting on ideas that could change generations, not because they weren't capable, but because they never acted. Never let your greatest gift become the greatest regret. Imagine yourself 20 years from now. Your hair is gray. Your body is slowed down. Your children, or perhaps your grandchildren, look at you and ask one simple question. Did you become everything you are capable of becoming? What will your answer be? Will you tell them, I almost started. I was waiting. I was afraid. I let other people decide what I was worth. Or will you look them in the eyes with peace in your heart and say, I gave everything I had. I fought when it was difficult. I kept going when nobody believed. I became the person I was created to be. Because that is a life without regret. The cemetery is one of the richest places on earth. Not because of money, but because it is filled with unwritten books, unstarted businesses, unfinished dreams, songs never sung, ideas never shared, inventions never created, lives that settled for survival instead of significance. Don't let your dream be buried with you. The world cannot benefit from the gift you refuse to release. Someone is waiting for the solution that only you can create. Someone is waiting for the business you'll build. Someone is waiting for the book you'll write. Someone is waiting for the message you'll speak. Someone is waiting for the example your life will become. You have no idea how many lives are connected to your obedience, the life you're building. is bigger than you. Your courage gives someone else permission to be courageous. Your discipline inspires someone else to become disciplined. Your resilience reminds someone else not to quit. Never underestimate the ripple effect of one determined human being. One decision can change a family. One family can change a community. One community can change a nation. One nation can change the world. History has always belonged to ordinary people who made extraordinary decisions. Why not you? Why should someone else live the life you've been dreaming about? Why should someone else write the story you were born to write? Why should someone else become the example your family has been waiting for? Stand up. Stand up against your excuses. Stand up against your fears. Stand up against your comfort. Stand up against every voice that ever told you that you couldn't, because they don't get the final word. You do. Every sunrise is another opportunity. Every breath is another chance. Every setback is another lesson. Every failure is another chapter. But only if you keep moving, keep showing up, keep learning, keep building, keep believing. One day, the people who doubted you will call you fortunate. They'll say you were lucky. They'll admire the success they never saw you suffer for. They'll celebrate the victory they never watched you earn. Let them. Because you'll remember the mornings you got up when your body begged you to stay in bed. You'll remember the nights you cried in silence but refused to quit. You'll remember the lonely seasons when it felt like no one understood your vision. You'll remember choosing discipline over distraction, purpose over popularity, growth over comfort, faith over fear. And when that day comes, you won't be proud because you became wealthy. You won't be proud because you became famous. You'll be proud because you became the person you promised yourself you would become. That is the greatest victory. So today, burn the excuses. Silence the doubt. Stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop negotiating with the life you know you are meant to live. Walk into every room with purpose. Walk into every challenge with courage. Walk into every setback knowing that it is shaping you, not stopping you. This world has enough spectators. It has enough critics. It has enough people waiting for someday. What it needs is more builders, more warriors, more men and women who refuse to settle, more people who choose purpose over comfort, more people who decide that quitting is no longer an option. And that person, that warrior, that leader is staring back at you every time you look in the mirror. So rise when it's hard. Rise when you're tired. Rise when you fail. Rise when they doubt you. Rise when fear whispers. Rise when the road gets lonely. Rise when the world tells you to stop. Rise again, because the fire inside you was never meant to die. It was meant to illuminate the world. You can, you will, you must. Not because it's easy, not because it's guaranteed, but because you were created for more. Now go, build the life that your future self will thank you for. Fight with everything you have. Leave nothing undone. Become undeniable. And when history remembers your name, let it be said that you refused to live an ordinary life. Let it be said that you answered the call. Let it be said you rose.
Eternal warriors.